Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Fridays. I'm Adam Wolf, and yes, we are back to normal. It was a cool thing to have such a large monitor on my desk, but at the end of the day, I didn't like the angle that the camera was at. I like this because if I ever do something stupid in a game, and I do the little look up thing, I want to be able to look up instead of having to look to the side, and I don't know, it was not working for me. Plus I have a little more room. I was able to put my Series S next to my PlayStation 5 and kind of just line the systems up over there. My mixer's right in the middle here. I got my second monitor over here, and I still have some spare space for my coffee. Iced coffee. I need to settle my stomach. We bought barbecue at work, and it was good, but my stomach did not agree with it. I haven't had barbecue in a while, and they have this thing called the Lone Star, and it's just a giant wrap that's stuffed to the brim with jalapeno mac and cheese. And I chose brisket. You could choose chicken or, pulled pork, whatever. I chose brisket. No fried onions. It comes with fried onions by standard, but onions don't do well with me either. So I omitted those, and still, when I got home, I felt fine the whole day. But then when I got home, took my shower, I didn't have hot water. It was lukewarm at best. But my body heated up a lot, and I'm like, man, and then I just got really tired, and then my stomach started bothering me. I'm like, man, dude, I'll tell you what, that shit was greasy though. I picked up the wrap and the grease had just settled under the wrap. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna pay for this. So good though. So worth it. Okay, we're gonna continue on with the main scenario quest. Plus, high frame rate monitor. I'm playing Call of Duty again, not Modern Warfare 3, and I'm not buying the new one, but I fired up some, Modern Warfare 2, and I'm playing Call of Duty. I'm not playing Ground War, which is basically Battlefield adjacent in Call of Duty. I'm actually playing 6v6 game modes, and Domination is my main game mode, and I'm not terrible at it. I was surprised. I'm not actually that bad. So, I relatively enjoy it. Holding my own against people who are level 1250 in that game. I'm level 3 something. I think I hit 303 today. But yeah, we have got to make that smaller, and I disabled the mouse. I'll re-enable it for now, so that way I can actually fix the size of this. The text size is fine. I'm good with that, but it's the actual size of... Stop doing that. I don't even know where... Okay, that's fine. And now I'm gonna check the HUD, because I told you I'm indecisive as hell when it comes to how I like my games. Now, it's no secret that I love high resolution, high graphics. That's my choice. That's my go-to with most games. But yeah, it was just the fact that the sheer size of the monitor. I mean, 55 inches, 50 inches on my TV, which is in the living room right now. That was actually teetering on the brink of a little too much, but it was actually kind of just perfect. That extra 5 inches adds a lot. So it was a bit too much, because I'm looking up like this. And don't get me wrong, it worked in Battlefield because I could see people, but going back to this monitor and playing Battlefield at a higher frame rate than 60 and using AMD Super Resolution so that I can lower the in-game resolution and just have it upscaled with AI, Dude, I'm damn near close to 120. Weird part is, though, is that even if I put it down to 720p when it's upscaled to 1080p, I'm still not hitting 120 on the lowest graphic settings. I mean, lowest. Still not hitting 120 in that game. So, kind of wild. I set the internal resolution down to 900p and then let that upscale so it's a little bit sharper of an image because it's not that big of a jump. And I hit like 90 to 100 FPS, which is nice on the lowest graphic setting. So, you know, that experience will be much better. And of course, this game runs at 120, or at least was updated to 120 when sitting in the 1080p mode. And, I mean, that's fine. It doesn't really hit it, but I mean, it's probably hitting it now because there's not much going on. But, you know, obviously once you get into the main towns, yeah, it gets rowdy in there. So, you know what? I might actually crop that a little bit. Hold on. There, that's better. Now, the last time I had the setup like this, I had the microphone actually attached to the back of the desk and it would come in off screen. That was fine, but, you know, extend this too far, it's too heavy. Even though I looked this up, this arm is supposed to be able to handle that weight, but when you think about it physics-wise, yeah, that doesn't work. The longer it extends out, then yeah, the more the weight seems heavier, the further out it goes away from the source of the anchorage, which is the base here. So, you know, me stretching it out that way, of course it's gonna fall, because then this becomes a massive weight on the end. But, you know, I can get it to maybe about here and it would pick me up, but then it would start picking up the reverb in the room, and I'd rather have it right here where I can, you know, I could talk very softly and you'd still be able to hear me and not pick up any of the background noise, the reverb bouncing off the walls. But, so anyway, yeah, we're back to normal. Plus, my gaming stuff is right here. Right here. Let me go close the door. That looks awful. I like having the door closed because then it kind of just, it brings the room together. But yeah, my gaming stuff is right here. Boop, boop, boop. I gotta get new shelving for the games. I mean, I've had this rack, DVD rack. I got that from Best Buy, like, I don't know, 20 years ago or something like that. I swore I had two, but I think I only had one, and I think my older brother had the other. But I gotta get like a new type of shelf. Well, for pretty much everything over there. That small shelf I've got this, my little characters knickknacks on is... one shelf is missing a peg, so the weight has to be distributed on one side. I don't know, it was awful. Anyway, let's continue. I'm enough rambling on. New stuff already? It better look good. All right, so we're going to be going through quest level, the quest range of 98 to 99. So we're almost done with the MSQ. There we go. I was like, I ruined it. All right. And there's no patches yet. So we have no post MSQ content, which is good. That means we're going to be caught up. And then before pre-patch, we're going to be able to do stuff like raids and get raid gear and stuff and actually play the game. What do you mean? Now we can play the game. Okay. Well, let's continue the tour, shall we? Look, you obviously have duties to attend to, citizens to look after. We can stop here if you'd like. No, I do this because I want to, so please do not worry. Next, I'll show you one of the district's most vital facilities, a place called Resolution. To reach it, we need to go by way of Laynode 9, where the Aetheryte is situated. So colorful. Dude, this gear is so badass looking. I'm definitely going to make this into a glamour. Can I do that now? Do I have my glamour? I don't think I have my glamour stuff yet. No, I put it away. Damn. All right, sort. What the hell are these? Why are these in here? Carpenter. Why do I have carpenter clogs? When the hell did I pick that up? I'm definitely making this into a glamour though. This outfit is dope. This new gear coming from the MSQ better be good. It's got a lot to live up to with this gear, man. I love the look of this. Oh, I've also decided I'm not going to be playing Genshin Impact. Well, for one, that game I didn't realize 100 gigs on the drive. That's massive, whereas Honkai and Zenless Zone Zero don't even come close. So I'm not sure what they did with Genshin compared to the other two, but good lord. I needed to make room, and I was like, you know what? I'll just take out Genshin Impact off my drive, because I'm like, I don't know why I'm running. I literally could have used the Aethernet. Damn it. All right. I don't know when or if I could even get around to playing that game. They've already added so much to it, whereas Honkai Star Rail isn't too far ahead, and Zenless Zone Zero just came out, so you know, I have a much better chance of actually playing those games. Plus, they're more of my style. I obviously love fantasy games. You know, I'm really a big fan of what I played with Visions of Mana demo. That game definitely, I can't wait to grab that one. But man, cyberpunk, obviously space, you know, sci-fi, that's my jam right there. That is what calls to me more. I've played fantasy games for a long time, but to be fair, my first Final Fantasy technically was 4, but that was at a friend's house. And I wasn't really the one playing. I was watching him play it. But my first actual Final Fantasy was 7. And 7 is like would you say steampunk? Not really. Kind of steampunk, kind of dystopian future. I don't know. I guess not really. It's more like a modern day take, but it still was like, it had some steampunk elements, I suppose. The airship and whatnot. I don't know. I could be misremembering, but that was my first Final Fantasy, and clearly it was not, you know, medieval fantasy based, but I love medieval times. So, you know, it's like, I kind of bounce back and forth, but if I had to choose between Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail, I'd go with Honkai Star Rail every time. Plus, I don't know. I look at the gameplay of Genshin Impact, and it does kind of look very similar to Zenless Zone Zero, and I really enjoyed Zenless, so I'm wondering if I would have liked Genshin, but then I look at it and I'm like, you know, having to swap the characters constantly and not really being focused on one character, I don't know about that, but Zenless is very similar, so I don't know, maybe it's just me, but Honkai definitely, it's a classic turn-based RPG, and I love it. The conveyor ahead will transport you to the government sector where Resolution is located. The markings on the conveyor indicate its direction, and there is a pair just like it on the other side. Is it safe? Extremely. There's no need to be afraid. Who said I was afraid? Come on, Valtamont. She needs to calm down. Seriously. You didn't like the boat on the water. You don't like airships, I'm assuming. Now you don't like the elevator? The elevator's fun. Look at this. This is fun. We disappear and we come back. Imagine if my guy just went all over my nice shoes. I'm gonna have to make a glamour out of this before I put on any new gear. A lot of these gear sets are really cool looking, but this is certainly the most unique. I did not expect to get like all cyberpunky in Final Fantasy. That's something new. But you take a look at this place and you're like, yeah, okay, it makes sense. Very futuristic. Alexandria. And here we are, Resolution, the operational heart of Solution 9. From Resolution, we oversee the running of the district and provide essential services to citizens, such as welfare, support, and job introductions. It's quicker to show than tell, so let's proceed inside. Man, it'd be nice if, you know, people could get that kind of service here in real life.
Strange contraptions everywhere you look. What's that?
An infusion station. It dispenses souls in exchange for credits. Through hard work, citizens can obtain the peace of mind provided by spare souls. It's the way of life for Alexandrians and has been for quite some time. But I imagine it must be difficult for outsiders to comprehend.
That's putting it lightly. To be honest, it sounds disturbing. Still, I won't dismiss it out of hand. Practices like these don't arise from nothing. There's a reason why your culture is the way it is, and I'd like to understand. Won't you tell us some of your realm's history?
With knowledge comes appreciation.
Very well. Be warned, though, that it may take a while. In the distant past, over 1,000 years ago, it's said, lightning energy began to swell in our world. According to ancient records that date back around 8 centuries, the rainy season spanned a quarter of the year, during which time severe thunderstorms ravaged the land. 4 centuries later, this season had lengthened to nearly half the year. The trend continued, with our ancestors spending longer and longer languishing beneath storm clouds. Crops failed and livestock starved. But amidst this growing desperation, a miraculous material was discovered that promised salvation: electrope.
The stuff that's used everywhere here.
Indeed. One day, when out inspecting a forest after lightning had caused a fire, a villager came upon a curious black ore none had seen before. Testing revealed that the ore possessed a singular property. It could store lightning and convert it to other energies. In that instant, the scourge of endless storms became a blessing. Dubbed electrope, the ore found use in myriad inventions and dramatically improved people's lives. So much so, in fact, that all nations soon became dependent upon it, despite the difficulty of obtaining it in quantity. Supply was chronically scarce, and when nations couldn't meet their needs with their own deposits, some resorted to taking Electrope from others. Fighting was isolated and sporadic until Electrope came to be used in warfare. First in the weaponry of invaders, then in the countermeasures of defenders, and then in every aspect of combat where an advantage might be had. This served only to exacerbate the ore shortage, leading to further escalation. Before long, the entire world was engulfed in a terrible war known as the Storm Surge. As the war came to a head, Alexandria's neighbor Lindblum committed its stores of Electrope to the production of a weapon of mass destruction. They deployed it on the front lines and triggered a calamity of frightful magnitude. Not even their own scientists had anticipated the force of the lightning that was unleashed. The energy inundated the entire continent, laying it to waste.
So that's how your world came to be this way.
Just like the flood of darkness.
You truly know a great many things that I don't. I should like to learn about you too sometime.
Perhaps privately.
But to continue the tale, the people of Alexandria had already lost much to the war. They lost almost everything else to the Levin. Those who survived bore deep scars, tormented by the memory of loved ones taken too soon. Though they yet lived, the cruel spectre of death was with them always. Seeking a solution, our scientists turned once more to Electrope, and after extensive research, they developed the means to preserve memory and soul. Physical death isn't the end. So long as our memories endure, we may live on. This belief sustained us then, and it sustains us now, granting us comfort.
That's quite a tale.
Your Majesty, help me! I beg you, help me!
What's the matter?
I've got no souls left. Not a single one! But the lot at Soul Supply refused to give me any! Please, you must do something!
My apologies, Your Majesty. This man, he does no work. Instead, he drinks his days away on Trueview. He has only himself to blame if he has no credits for souls.
That's not true! I'm a fighter at the Arcadian. Or rather, I was. I haven't been allowed to fight because of the King's decree. It isn't my choice.
I see. You're a brave warrior of the arena. I want to help you, I sincerely do. But I cannot give you preferential treatment.
Then open up the Arcadian again, so I can fight!
I'm sorry, but that's not my decision to make. The king requires feral souls for war. He doesn't wish for them to be expended on amusements.
You're useless! A queen in naught but name!
Insolent wretch! How dare you take that tone with Her Majesty?
It's quite all right. Such things don't bother me, nor do I think ill of this man. Hear me. Though I cannot grant you a soul, I mean it when I say I want you to live. I love all of you equally, dearly. You are as family to me, and it pains me to see you deny yourself hope. I want you to find a happiness all your own, even if you must grow it from the smallest seed of joy. Out there, somewhere, is a reason for you to smile again. We all need to vent our frustrations from time to time. I will always be willing to lend an ear.
Yes, Mum. Of course. Even without a spare soul, I suppose I'm fine as long as I stay in Solution 9. I apologize for my rudeness. Good day to you.
Kill it with kindness.
Keep your chin up, my friend. And when you feel better, I'm sure you'll find another way to apply your talents. I'm sorry you had to see that. Let's keep moving, shall we? Right, I believe we've visited all the main facilities. With that, I declare our tour concluded.
That man from before, does that sort of thing happen often?
Somewhat. It's unavoidable. Hardships are a fact of life. Our soul management system has sustained our realm for generations, but it isn't without flaws. For one, people have become accustomed to having spare souls. Without them, they feel vulnerable and anxious. Some claim it may also have contributed to a decline in births.
Just thinking out loud, but would it be possible to do away with the system?
No.
I know it isn't easy to change one's beliefs and way of life. The Mamolja had their reasons for their reliance on blessed siblings, much as you have yours for souls. But if we defeated Zoralja, you'd be able to make all the decisions, right? Then we could work together to fix things, restore your realm to where it belongs, and see where we can go from there.
Listen to me. There's something that I need to tell you.
It's about damn time.
What is it?
Actually, never mind. It's nothing of import. Well, it was lovely showing you around.
Of course. Of course. Thanks so much for the tour. We've learned not only about your realm, but you as well. For now, our priority is Zoralja. But once we've dealt with him, perhaps I can return the favor and show you to Lihiolal.
I'd like that very much. It seems I've no choice but to continue down this path. Forgive me, Val Wuklamat, but I must disappoint you.
It's going to be real interesting to find out what the hell is going on with her. I'm telling, dude, it's very obvious to us, obviously, but she just keeps looking so dejected and like really just sad. And it's like, and she's just putting on a happy face for everybody. So it's like what is going on? What is she not telling us? And you know, the timing is always terrible. It's always when she's about to tell us, a robot shows up. Like, it's going to be able to hear what she tells us from all the way over there, but it also started walking away. So why couldn't she tell us while it walked away? I don't know. What was Sphene wanting to tell us, I wonder? Well, they can probably wait for another time. No, it can't. We've been exploring for a while now and should probably go to Kahikwa's meeting point. There we go. That'll be back the way we came, I think. Is there any, yeah, okay, there is. Let's grab this before we, head out. One thing I actually like, I noticed this, when I was changing back over. They have a little description here of, like, what each mode does, which is pretty cool. See, I'm looking over here now. And it tells you, no, obviously 1080p is for superior performance, meaning 120 frames a second. 1440p is for balanced, and then 4K is for superior graphics. When they say superior graphics, I'm like, really? I mean, there isn't any increase in graphics. It even tells you improves draw quality, but that's like not really that big of a change. Plus, it won't activate on a 1080p screen, and neither will this. So it doesn't really make a difference on a smaller screen or on a 1080p screen. But I think it's pretty cool that they added the description, because they didn't have it before 7.0. Not that I remember. I don't recall them having one before 7.0. So it's kind of nice to see. Okay. So we got to go back. Yeah. Oh, I saw a blue quest marker. And it is over there. Do I have... I don't think I have any spot over there. Dude, I know yeah, I do. Okay. Oh, I can't. Okay. Do I have any spot over there? Oh. Can I even go over there? Oh, yeah, the elevator. There we go. This, I've said it before, but this music really does remind me of Scarlet Nexus. I don't know why. They're using very similar sounds and stuff, and it just gives me a good feeling. I love Scarlet Nexus. It's one of my favorite games. Bandai Namco kind of nailed it with that one. I guess I fell in line with calling them Bandai Namco. Namco Bandai kind of rolled off the tongue a little bit easier. I don't know why they swapped. It doesn't really make... I'm gonna have to look that up and see if there's a reason that they just swapped the names. Is that the only one? That is the only one. Okay, good. You know, it's funny. You would think that with the increase in frame rate, that a keyboard and mouse would feel better to use, even on the PS5, and it really doesn't. It sucks. It sucks that it doesn't feel better, because usually higher frame rate means less. Oh, sightseeing log. Higher frame rate usually means less input latency, but for some reason not with this game. And I've tried to get back into using keyboard and mouse. It just doesn't feel right anymore, you know? Like Tuesday. I was trying to play Battlefield with keyboard and mouse, and I did okay. It's going to take, you know, a good number of hours like it used to back in the day on Battlefield 3. Oh, let me get all these first. On Battlefield 3, I spent days, weeks working on my keyboard and mouse skills. It took a long time. So, you know, and MMOs, I used to be okay with those too, but the dexterity in my fingers has kind of gone away. Back in the day, I was forced to do it because I didn't have my consoles. Now it's just like, well, I've got nothing but consoles, so. By the way, I did get the chance to try the new patch for Starfield where it unlocked the frame rate even on the Series S, and no, it doesn't run well at all. It barely even touches 60, and it looks terrible while doing it. So I'm like, you know what? I like the way the game played at 30 FPS, and it has higher graphics. Well, higher graphics. But it's more consistent, and it felt fine. Like, the input latency basically is non-existent. The shooting felt really good, so I'm not worried about it personally. I think it was kind of stupid for people to constantly keep bugging Bethesda to put it in the game. It's like, guys, there's a reason that they even said the reason why they didn't want to unlock the frame rate to get it up to 60. Maybe for the Series X, sure, it can reach it most of the time, but there's a reason they didn't unlock it, and it's because they wanted better quality resolution, better quality graphics, more consistent frame rate. People are just so greedy, and they need to just stop bitching about the fact that, oh, what, it can't reach 60? No. Accept it. Us console gamers. Nope. Scanning port 9 heritage found is now accessible. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, do I have everything? Oh. Was that why that unlocked? Because I actually finished? Oh, I'm an idiot. All right, cool. People need to stop, you know, wondering why certain games don't have 60 FPS. Look at what you're playing. Think about it for a second. You know, us console gamers, we've been dealing with 30 FPS or even worse for years. Why should it now be any different? At least they can hit 30 FPS. Back in the PS3, there's some games that didn't even reach it. They'd sit in the mid-20s. But we didn't know any better. We just, you know, it was like, you know, it's 30 FPS. That's what we saw it as. But now it's like, I did not expect Final Fantasy XIV to be running at 120 right now. This is pretty smooth, and I'm pretty sure it's hitting 120, but there's like nothing here, so it makes sense. Sphene genuinely cares for her people. I can respect her for that. And thanks to her tour, I've come to better understand the lives of the Alexandrians. They don't feel so strange and distant anymore. All right, new book. I'm gonna wait. I'll wait to open all of them. There's the chess piece. So we're supposed to go to a place called True View in the eastern sector. This conveyor ought to take us there. You know, once you get used to it, they're actually kind of fun. Come on, Valtamont. Oh, wait, now she's over enthusiastic about using these damn things. All right, so that's item level 675. What am I at now? 672. So it is better. I just hope it looks better. Unlike that biker set. I'm going to keep referring to it as the biker set because that's what it is. Oh, I would have came up here anyway. Oh, well. I doubt this is voiced, but who knows? I might be pleasantly surprised. I love the colors. You know what this reminds me of? I just thought of it. It reminds me of Destiny 2's Neptune. during Lightfall. That was the best thing about that expansion, was just the environment. It was so cool. Neptune was such a great environment. Very, you know, very much like this. Very neon, very cool colors and stuff like that. Very vibrant colors. This is the place. This is the right place, you think? I don't see the others, though. Well, rather than sitting and waiting, we might as well explore a bit. Huh? Altamont, look it over there. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a little guy. A Mamulja child. What are they doing here? I wanted to make them up. You noticed too, right? The resemblance to Zoralja. The blue scales of Buniwa with the features of Hubigo. This can't be a coincidence. Wait. At any rate, it wouldn't do to leave such a small child on their own. Come on, let's go after them. Them? I mean, I guess we don't know if it's a boy or a girl, so that makes sense, I guess. I just looked at the A380 graphics card that I want to get to serve as my AV1 encoder, and I was just double checking. It doesn't need any external power. It's all powered by the motherboard. I love it. It's a low profile card, so it makes sense. I'm not going to be using it for anything super intensive except just encoding AV1. And then this 4 megabits of bandwidth I'm using will look like, you know, 8. If all goes according to what I've researched. All signs point to even 4 megabits looking as good or better than 8 megabits. So this is TrueView. Not sure what I'm looking at, but it does seem lively. It doesn't look very lively to me. It looks like it's shut down. It looks like a giant graphics card. A lot of cooling fans. That building's just about the only thing that isn't lit up. Not open for business at the moment, I guess. Oh, okay. You got the courage to come back? Little bastard. Whoa! I'm making myself laugh on that one. I don't know why. I didn't see you there. Imagine I'm making that noise and he speaks and he's like down here. Listen, we don't mean you any harm. We just want to talk. It's a bit odd, don't you think? They run off when we approach, only to suddenly reappear. Could it be they want us to take? They want to take us somewhere? She keeps saying they. Why not just say it? Or is that the way of it? You want us to follow you? At least he understands us. So it is. All right then, lead the way. Once you choose to depart, Wuklamat will accompany you. The blue-scaled Hubigo child will then begin moving toward the destination. Okay. Yes. Right, it's a following thing where I couldn't possibly fail this even if I tried. Oh, the new Astrobot came out. I'm so excited, dude. I'm so excited for that. Dude, there's so many good games coming out. Space Marine 2 comes out on Monday, which was a very strange day for it to come out. Not even a Tuesday. Oh, that also reminds me, tomorrow we're going to be playing the first Space Marine at noon. How Long to Beat says it should take about 7.5 hours, so we're going to be playing until we beat it. That way we get fresh start. This is where the story is, and it should pick up where it leaves off. I believe they said it picks up quite a hefty number of years after the first game. Because the first game we're fighting orcs, but in this one we're fighting the Tyranids. It's weird. Bunny girl in short shorts behind the counter. Nice. She gonna get me my drinks? Is this where you wanted to bring us? Is that a stage? Nope. Sort of. Actually, that's like a DJ thing. What is this place? If you're meant to relax here, it isn't working for me. No, the chairs look uncomfortable. Hey, what's your name? Nope, not gonna say a word. Doesn't have one? So you're still not inclined to talk. Ah! Somebody knows it's a he. He'll only talk if it's completely comfortable with you. You know him? After a fashion, but never mind that. How about something to wet your whistle? Technically, I believe that that version of wet is actually supposed to be with an H. There's two different spellings, and usually when you use the phrase wet your whistle, it's spelled with an H in wet, so W-H-E-T. I think it means the same thing, but I could be wrong. Also, that's the spelling you use when you talk about a whetstone as well, when you're sharpening knives and stuff. Adorable as you are, it's on the house. I can recommend our special, Her Majesty. I'll prepare one without liquor for the boy, too. Bum, 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 bum. Let's get drunk. No? Alright. Never mind. Thanks, but no thanks. We're supposed to meet a friend named, why am I... Kakiwa. But we ran into the child on the way, and he led us here. Oh, so you're with Kakiwa. I think I was saying it wrong earlier. I think I was calling it Kahikwa. No. Kakiwa. Whatever. Dude, this chick is super cyberpunk. She's like got the most colors going on. In that case, go and have a chat with Big Tassos there. He'll show you to a fun place. Excuse me? A fun place? Do you see the axe on her back? You're not gonna put us in a bad situation, are you? Because it's whoever's gonna attack us is not gonna like it. What about him? I don't think he's in a mood, in the mood to talk, so he can tend the bar with me. Excuse me? This is taking a turn for the strange, but you don't think we're walking into a trap, do you? I literally just said that. She said fun place. I doubt it. Damned if this doesn't have suspicious written all over it. This goes sour. We're coming back for you, bunny lady. What is this fun place meant to be? Is Kakiwa there? Kakiwa. Well, I suppose there's only one way to find out. Yeah, we might as well go in and start punching some heads. Gives you teeth. This area is normally off limits, but Kakiwa's told us about you. Just follow the corridor and head into the room at the end. Let's go, Valtamont. Whatever happens, you won't catch me being surprised. Well, I hope not, because I'm not going to be either. They'll learn a hard lesson today. Y'all gonna learn today?
Wonderful! They're here!
We've only just arrived ourselves.
Amazing.
I bid you welcome to the back room. Oblivion's humble headquarters.
A hideout tucked behind a drinking hole. Brings back memories, doesn't it?
Our members here are mainly creators and adapters. That is, scientists and engineers who specialize in electro. They use their skills to provide support to our field operatives. Geralt, Shale, be so kind as to give our friends an overview of your duties.
Well, there's provisioning. Gotta have supplies to fight a good fight, ain't ya? Luckily, we got the tools to craft most of what we need.
Gathering intelligence is another vital aspect of our work. Everkeep's core system is a veritable treasure trove of information. You just need to know how to get in and find it. We also handle surveillance and communications, watching the enemy's movements and coordinating our own, that sort of thing.
And among all our activities, we spend a fair bit of effort investigating preservation. The organization credited with laying the foundations of electrope technology. From the soul management system to Everkeep's design, they're behind just about everything you see here. It'd be no exaggeration to say they made this realm what it is. But their magnum opus was without a doubt the power which was used to join Alexandria to Tural. Interdimensional fusion.
Said power isn't unlike my summoning technique and the magic within Azam's crystal. Yet, though the effect is localized, to be able to fuse realities. Even with my knowledge, I struggle to conceive how it could be possible.
Incidentally, the founders of our group, a husband and wife, were members of Preservation at one point. That they opposed the fusing of worlds, and so defected in order to prevent it.
While not entirely unexpected, given what we have seen, this is still quite the revelation.
By the by, that's an interesting earring you have there. A novel way of carrying a data storage device. Oh, you didn't know? Well, as a precautionary measure against machine infiltration, we scan everyone as they enter. And when we scanned you, we detected a small quantity of electrope. Though it's been dressed up, that earring is a storage device and no mistake. Bought it from a shop here, did you?
No, it isn't bought, but inherited.
So these people sent you through the portal along with the earring?
Do you know aught of them?
Listen, Cryo. The husband and wife who founded our order. It's believed that they were Malala. Though we have no evidence at present, we can't rule out the possibility that they were your parents, or perhaps close relations. This I posit because they were the very individuals who spearheaded the research into interdimensional fusion. As traitors to preservation, they were relentlessly pursued. If they had a child they feared they couldn't keep safe, entrusting her to the people of another world might have been their best option.
My parents, the founders of Oblivion. Tell me everything you know about them, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. Anything and everything.
We don't even know In a bid to elude preservation's agents, we suspect they erased all trace of themselves. I'm sorry we couldn't be of more help. If you're interested, though, you're welcome to review our accumulated data.
Yes, please. As an individual and member of my order both, I wish to learn as much as possible.
I should also like to peruse the data. Where the joining of realities is concerned, I may well be of service.
Of course. Feel free to peruse to your heart's content.
Thank you.
If you like, I can examine your earring. I have to say, the prospect that it belonged to our founders has me itching to take a look.
I dare say we have enough eyes to pore over your records. Is there any other way we might be productive?
Not right now. We're still waiting for Zoralja to make the next move.
In that case, Alice, would you mind accompanying me?
Gladly.
I've buggered it up again!
Never a moment's peace. Pay him no mind. I don't.
Oi! You two there! One of you give me a hand, would you? Don't matter who.
I just remembered I have matters to discuss with Shale.
Well, then I guess I'm the chosen one. I mean, I am, basically. Sorry you had to see me... Passions? I don't know what he means by that. Spilling over. Happens when you put your heart and soul into your craft, you know? And not to be weird or nothing, but I felt a sense of kinship when I saw you. As if we've met in another life. Any road. As I was saying, I need someone to lend me a hand. I haven't slept for 2 nights now. Not a single wink. And I'm ripe to collapse. Can't afford to, though. Got folks relying on me, see? But if I'm to keep at it, I need you to fetch me my favorite energy tonic. Alright. That's easy enough. That voucher's good for 2 cans. One for yourself by way of welcome. Can't get the stuff on any old vending machine, though. You need to talk to a bloke named Philemon. You'll find him tending a bar on the main strip. Off you go now. Fine. Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna be DJ. Yo, 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 let's go. I'm DJ Drip. Made myself giggle with that one. I mean, come on, look at my drip. I shouldn't use modern day lingo. I don't sound right. It's just right over here. What, dude? That's so sick. I mean, it's a chocobo thing, but it still looks cool. Welcome. What are you having? I don't know. Red Bull? Energy tonics you can't get from the vending machines. How dare you suggest that I sell such dangerous stuff? Away with you, and don't come back. Oh, all right. Got a voucher? Slip it to me then. Nice and subtle. Yeah. That's what I thought. Ah, so you're collecting for Gnault. I didn't hear his name. I'm guessing it's Gnault. A can for him and a can for you, eh? Yeah, why don't you go back to your printer there and grab some. It looks like a printer. Here you go. Yours is formulated for beginners, gentler than the full strength stuff. It's not contraband or anything, so you won't run around afoul of the authorities. But if the Rodina Consortium was made aware of my special selection, it'd be bad for business. Now, seeing as it's your first time, I want you to drink your tonic here, just in case there's side effects. Oh, good. Just in case there are side effects. You drain the tonic in a single pull. Well, that's because I'm a pro. Now that's how you do it. Your pulse ought to quicken soon, after which you'll start seeing everything more clearly, and then finally you'll feel a roaring surge of energy. People say it's like growing a pair of rainbow wings. Rainbow wings? Well, you haven't up and carked it. What the hell does carked mean? So hurry along and give Gnault his tonic. He tends to leave it to the last moment, and I expect he's about to keel over. Bah! I'm pretty. I don't see any buff or something. That'd be nice if there was. Oh, I went past it. Let me in, Mongoloid. You got the tonic? Give it here quick. No, I'm gonna drink this one. He made mine a lightweight. All right, we're not gonna fight though. Ah, that's the stuff. Ain't nothing like it to blow the cobwebs right out with a great big kaboom. Awakens something feral in me, it does. Transforms me into a remorseless beast that won't stop till it's done what it was born to do. Any road, sorry for sending you off on an errand like that. I just can't concentrate without me tonic, you know? And the pile of work only ever gets bigger. Speaking of which, I better get back to it. Those weapons and tools ain't going to enhance themselves. Can he enhance my weapon? My book? Maybe write a new chapter?
I've been meaning to ask about that Mamulja child. Could he be...
Yes. In all likelihood, he's Zoralja's son.
So you think so too? But what is he doing here?
He was abandoned, the poor dear. We found him in the drift downs a few years ago.
To think he'd cast aside his child.
We can't say for certain who he was born to, or why he was on his own. But he's a blue-scaled Hubigo, and Zoralja is the only other one around. That being the case, everyone assumes they're father and son. Even the boy has put two and two together. This all happened when he was very little, so he has no recollection of his parents. It breaks my heart to think of it.
What's his name?
Gulja. It was my hope that he'd grow up to be a man of principle, like his grandfather.
It's a fine name.
I should mention that the boy is a little unusual. At first, I intended to raise him as my own. But just when I thought he was warming to me, he suddenly disappeared. We searched high and low for several days, and where should he turn up? But in the wilds near Everkeep.
What? It's a miracle he didn't fall prey to fiends.
See? That's another unusual thing. Creatures don't seem to attack him. He could pick his way through the Thunder Yards as if he were on a stroll. On making inquiries, we learned that he had been living alone and receiving food from the people of the outskirts. This became something of a pattern. We track him down and bring him back, only for him to disappear again within a matter of days. He would return to the wilds without fail, and once again rely on the kindness of strangers to survive. Finally, I took the hint and left him be, giving him the solitude he prefers and lending a hand only when he explicitly asks.
If Gululja is Zorolja's child, that makes him my nephew. Assuming he's willing, I'd be glad to take him in like Papa did for me. But seeing as I'm here to kill his father, I don't know if it would be right.
Who was that?
Oh dear. It's Gululja.
Don't tell me he heard everything.
Oh, this is my fault. I asked that he be kept away, but I should have taken more precautions.
I'm going after him. I need to explain.
Wait, Lamachi. I understand your haste, but it'd be best to coordinate a search. Kapkiwa, do you have any idea where he might go?
There's no telling, I'm afraid. He could as easily be outside the tower as here in Solution 9.
If those who can fight would search below, my mother and I will scour the district.
Sounds like a plan. Let's get to it.
How is it that the kid got in here in the first place? There was only one entrance. Like, come on. If Gululja is outside the tower, we need to find him as quickly as possible. Even if he's used to getting around on his own, the wilds are still no place for a child. Agreed. While Kryle and Raha continue reviewing the data, the three of us should devote ourselves to the search. Alright, let's head to the base of the tower and take it from there. Right, ho. Anybody else feel like... I mean, maybe it's just because I've been watching the last season of The Witcher. Which, by the way, finished it today. It was awesome. Just sad knowing that Henry Cavill's not going to be in that position anymore, which is stupid. I'm going to give Liam one episode. One. If he can't pull me in, and if the writers screwed up anywhere, the sad part is I don't know the books, so I couldn't say if the lore is going to be accurate. But if this next season is, if the fourth season is going to pick up where the game is, where the games start, because, you know, like, you know, there's a lot of things missing. Then, you know, I'll know when they're bullshitting it. But if it's still kind of before the games start, then I'm not really gonna have any knowledge of whether or not they're actually doing it right. So hopefully they don't disappoint, but we'll see. Only the real lore nerds will know. But anyway, the reason I brought that up is because I don't know why, but I didn't realize this until now. Alize kind of resembles Ciri a little bit. Obviously, Ciri's not an elf, but... Well, here we are outside, but where do we even begin? Perhaps someone has caught sight of Galuja. Let's make inquiries nearby. Good idea. Could you handle the outskirts, Alize? In the meantime, Valtamont and I will head beyond that big wall. I don't know if that's that smell, but... Oh, there's a couple quests out here. Gotta get them side quests, you know? Don't want to miss them. I mean, this is the only place I need to get Aether Currents in, so... Not gonna be very difficult. Isn't it funny how the side quest, though, the blue side quest, turned from being dungeon unlocks to being just Aether Currents? It's kind of sad, really. I actually rather enjoyed unlocking dungeons this way, rather than having to wait through the entire main scenario quest in order to actually get it. But what are you gonna do? They had to find a reason to use these things, so here we go. It unlocks Aether Currents. I gotta go up on that platform. Or plateau. Not platform. It's the platform of the land. Hope you guys like my Gundam. It's the only thing I could think of using as a mount. Because it's, you know, futuristic, machine-like, sort of like this place. Sort of, but not really. Thunder spirits, heed my call. Go away. Yeah, it's not like I couldn't relearn how to use a keyboard and mouse, but I don't know. I just really genuinely don't care. They did such a good job with the, oh, this is a tough one. They did such a good job with the controller. Yeah, I can't go away from it. It's so well done. It's way easier than using a keyboard and mouse. Und then we go over here. I just realized something. I was like, you know, I just realized that maybe my camera isn't pulled back all the way. Which is why it looks a little bit lopsided, or it did. Now it looks okay. Now I'm roughly centered. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. These guys are tough, man. I'm actually getting hurt. It's crazy. Damn near died right there. Been a long time since I've died during a quest. Who does that? Wait. Oh, there we go. Yeah. That was a little delayed. I texted my dad while I was at bowling tonight. Oh yeah, bowling. First night of the league of the season. Didn't do so well. I got 181 first game, 144 the second game, and 145 the third game. It was the second and third game were just a disaster. But I finally got tape to put around my fingers, so it actually it's a much better fit, and I'm able to get the hook that I want in the ball without having to try so hard. The problem is that, well, second and third, I'm exhausted. I did my lifting yesterday, and things this week were kind of lopsided because Monday it was a Labor Day. I still went into work, but we basically did nothing, so I basically had the whole day off anyway. And I skipped working out because I was being lazy. So I worked out on Tuesday before the stream, then Wednesday, then yesterday. So it's 3 days in a row when normally I would have Tuesdays off. Monday would be my lifting day, then Tuesday off, then Wednesday's cardio, Thursday is lifting, Friday, of course, is bowling, but it's off, and then Saturday, tomorrow, is my next VR day. But we're just going rapid fire Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in a row. Friday bowling, I'm a little tired, and then tomorrow I've got, I'm gonna do my cardio in the morning. And it was brutal tonight. First game I felt pretty good, but then second and third game I just immediately was just like, I'm burned. And today was very busy at work, so I was on my feet all day except for lunchtime. Obviously that's the only time I wasn't on my feet. But I was running around. I was, there's a lot of things I need to keep track of, number wise, and it's, yeah, next week is going to be a little bit similar because a lot of stuff came in as a transfer order, and I need to put it in inventory. So it's going to be something. Plus, the barbecue, I told you about that earlier. It was so good, but maybe not worth it. I don't know. It might have been worth it, but I could have probably just gotten myself some mac and cheese. Mac and cheese, and their beans are really good too. They make baked beans that are they got some spice to them, which I really like, but they are so tasty. I probably could have just gone with that, a couple sides. I should have gone with some chicken. That's what I should have done. Chicken wouldn't have made me feel like this. You spotted those people too, yes? Perhaps they've seen something. Come on. Gululja doesn't appear in the air. However, you catch sight of a girl. Okay, that's what that said. I still haven't renamed our free company, but I want it to be a lore accurate or lore friendly name, and one that is relatively universal, if you will. Nothing specific. Looks like some sort of salvage yard. Well, let's ask after Gululja. Gululja isn't here. Yes? You know the boy? Have you seen him? She's, like, staring off into nowhere. Oh, forgive me. I didn't know you were... No offense taken. My name is Tapu. My eyes may be useless, but my ears are sharper for it. I can recognize people by their footfalls, including Gululja. So he didn't come this way. Where in the world could he be? I do not know your voices. Who are you to Gululja, and why do you search for him? I'm family. Though we're not related by blood, his father is my brother. I've only just met Gululja, and we haven't had the chance to talk properly. But I'm about to explain something that will make him hate me, and I wanted the chance to explain. His father is your brother? Then that means you're... Yes, I'm Wuklamat, Vow of Resolve of Tuliyolau. And I've journeyed here to bring my brother Zoralja to account for murdering our people and our father. When all is said and done, Gululja may want nothing to do with me. Nonetheless, I'll always consider him family. I'll always be there for him, and I want him to know that. It tears you apart to do what you must. The quiver in your voice tells the tale. Gululja was headed south. There, he has a place that is close to as close to a home as he knows. Find and bear your heart to him. Should he in turn bear his heart to you, accept and respect his wishes, as Queen Sphene respected ours when she granted us a place in her realm. I will. Don't worry. But what do you mean when you say Sphene respected your wishes? Out of concern for our well-being, Her Majesty has urged us to reside inside Everkeep. When we declined, not only did she gracefully accept our decision, she granted us the necessary supplies to make our home here. And since then, she has paid us regular visits to see how we fare. Huh, that sounds like Sphene, alright. Well, thanks for telling me about Gululja. I'll find him, and then we'll have a good talk. We continue south, it seems. Let's keep our eyes peeled as we make our way. Okay. On our way then. Oof, we got a lot to look for here. We only need 3 more quests, but we got a whole lot to look for in the field. Which is generally how it goes anyway, but I don't think that's the longest list of... No. It's pretty much the same. Oh. I just never noticed that. So, literally everything except Azizla up to the current locations all had the exact same number, and I never noticed. And this all has the exact same number as well. So there's one more place that we're going to be unlocking for sure. And then this page will be, you know, completed. I never said I was observant. It's a town. Partially underwater and partially not. And half of it is submerged. The architecture looks nothing like what we've seen so far. It's more Charlayan. Ah, there he is among the ruins. I only caught a glimpse, but there's no mistaking that tiny silhouette. Let's hurry after him. It'd be a disaster if a building collapsed while he's inside. We're kind of ripping through these. I like it. This should be the last set of gear, I think. I don't know. I only saw him for a moment, but before he disappeared behind a building, but I'm pretty sure Gululja was heading further south. I'll contact Alize on Link Pearl and let her know to join us. Yeah, I thought it would be, over the years, I thought it would be a burden to kind of just like swap between these and It really is a lot easier than you would think it would be. I mean, that's why, I mean, I only use one main palette, and then this is like my travel / extra stuff palette. And that's it. You know, unlike, I just don't understand people who, like, just mash all of their abilities together, or they put them all on the palettes, and it's like, but why? You don't use half the abilities most of the time. And some of the abilities you can combine into macros, which I've done. So, you know, I would prefer to have, that's basically how I play most of my MMOs, like even World of Warcraft. I didn't have every slot on the palette taken up. This is different because it's not like, you know, I use all these abilities, but, you know, I only use certain keys on the keyboard to do my abilities. And I figure out a way to work my abilities around my layout. But, you know, if I had to use multiple palettes, I guess I could, but it'd be confusing. So I try to keep a lot of my abilities, if not all of them, on the first palette. That way I don't have to swap. And it generally works out. This is the area, but the canals and the debris make it hard to get a good view. Let's split up and search. If you could head into the canals, I'll make my way through the streets. When we find Galulja, let's watch from a distance until he gets to his destination. Wouldn't want to startle him and cause an accident. You know, and like I said, there's even still certain actions that I don't particularly use, or I've omitted on purpose, like this ability. No, I have Precious Brilliance. And I have Gem Shine. Which one did I omit? I thought I did. Or maybe I... I'm really confused. I thought I... Oh. Did I? No. I thought I omitted one of these two things. I think I did at one point, and then I put it back because I figured out another... Oh, Try Disaster. Right, I don't use this anymore because, like, yeah, you know, we come across groups and stuff like that, but I've already, like, I use this in place of it. Is this one? Yes. I use Precious Brilliance in place of it because I'm always summoning things, so I generally don't have to worry about Try Disaster. But, like, say, for example, the roll abilities. Most of these are just, like, whatever. I would like to use... Not that one. Lucid Dreaming. I use Surecast, but in a macro. Or no, I use Swiftcast. I don't use Surecast. It's only lasts 6 seconds, and I'm sure it'd be great, but it's got a recast timer of 2 minutes, so it's like... I don't need to worry about casting spells without interruption at this point. So this ability kind of is useless. Swiftcast I use in conjunction with Resurrection, so that I can just instantly cast it. Addle I actually use in a macro now as well. The macro for what I call my buff debuff, which is where is it? Searing Light, which then flows into Searing Flash. But I use Addle in between to lower, I think it's lower the physical damage dealt by the target. The physical and magical damage. It doesn't really, you know, benefit me to do more damage to the target, but, you know. And then using the sleep seems completely pointless because there's like, I mean, I'm sure it works in raids, in some raids where you'd want things to be put to sleep. But I'm sure that White Mage or a Black Mage can do better than I can, so it seems just completely pointless. You know, if it's something I can put in a macro, I'll do the macro instead. What is this kid? What is up with this kid? You have located Galulja. Follow him quietly without being noticed. Okay. Yep. So you're gonna take a left, or? Wow, he actually speaks. The child doth speak. After I'm done following this kid, I'm gonna take a bathroom break real quick. We only have like 20 minutes left in this stream anyway. Ah, don't. Camera, please. I don't see any... Yeah, he's got to go around the corner. I'm like, I don't see any cover from here to there, so he would have to go around the corner in order for me to avoid it being seen. Is he just not going to turn around here? Wow. That's a nice lengthy... walking distance before he turns around. There we go. Like, this kid is definitely confident in his safety. He's definitely confident he's not being followed. Yeah, now he's gonna run. Okay. There you go. He's a fast little bastard, isn't he? Okay. He's not going to go anywhere. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Alright, here we go.
He's come a long way on such short legs. It's a relief he didn't get hurt.
What's here, I wonder? So he's looking after those little ones.
Gulurja.
Not another step!
What? A sentry?
Run, Gulurja, run!
You know the boy. Who are you? And what do you want?
My name is Wuklamat, and I've come to talk to Gulurja.
Is that so?
I'm sorry if I scared you. I want to get to know you better. That's all.
And you, my boy, do you wish to speak with them?
I heard them talking. She said she's going to kill my father.
Villains! I will deal with them forthwith!
But... I want to get to know her too.
I see. If that is your desire, then I shall stand aside.
All right then. Let's talk, you and I. Lots. But, who's the ancient-looking and articulate machine?
If I look ancient, it is because I am. This has been my vessel for no less than 380 years.
Vessel?
Otis is my friend. When I was hungry and sad, he came and looked after me. He cooks for me and teaches me all kinds of things. Like how to read and write and not be noticed by dangerous creatures.
This machine cooks for you?
And teaches you about fiends. What is he exactly?
Ah! How remiss of me. I had neglected to introduce myself. Sir Otis Valona, Lord Captain of the Royal Knights of Alexandria. At your service.
You're captain of the knights?
You seem different from other machines. What's your story?
And there I thought it was Gulurja with whom you wish to speak. Not that I'm averse to taking a walk down memory lane. But ere I regale you, we must take our repast.
A meal. Here. I hate to turn down food, but I'd prefer to have this conversation in the back room.
Please, I'm really hungry.
All right, all right. A repast it is.
She's going to spoil her nephew silly. I'll send word to Erenville so the others can stop worrying.
Now, if I might prevail upon your assistance, I shall whip up my most delectable specialty.
Well, this just took a turn for the more interesting. See, a bunch of people are here. So, my new friends, I would enlist your aid in procuring the ingredients for our repast. After all, the most enjoyable meals are those we make together. We're happy to pitch in, of course. What ingredients did you have in mind? First of all, some yam and pumpkin. The people of the outskirts should be willing to share their harvest if you and Galulja could go and speak to them. Sure, I'll ask for the cast-offs too, as usual. As for Valtamont and Elise, I would be obliged if you could procure some woolback meat. The creatures can be found grazing on the slopes outside of town. As beef is less readily available, their flesh makes for a good substitute, that of the younger ones especially, as it is more tender and less gamey. Consider it done. We'll be back with the meat before you know it. Thank you kindly. In the meantime, I shall see to the other preparations. We're going hunting for this guy. Oh no, I was gonna say, is Carbuncle gone again? Oh, there's a... Oh. Should I go? Nah, I mean, yeah, let's go get this first before we continue on. I can go a little past 2 hours. That's not a big deal. I honestly can't wait for tomorrow. I am really excited to play through the Space Marine game again in anticipation for the new one. I'm hoping that Walmart gets new games like day of or whatever. Like in the store. I'd like to go get it. If not, there is a GameStop. As much as I don't care for their company, more than likely they'll have copies of it, so. I went there seeking Black Myth Wukong and found out that at the moment is only digital, which sucks, but. Dude, I feel like we've been ripping through these quests, but we only got through 5. This is the 5th one. That's nuts. So this will probably be maybe 3 parts. One of these days I might be willing to go a little bit longer on the streams. But like I said, I mean, I feel pretty good right now. I could keep going, but I definitely would like to lay down. And not sit in this chair for more than I need to. But again, that's okay, because we're going to be finishing this prior to the patches, which is great. I'm really happy about that. We're actually going to be caught up for once in the 10 years I've been playing this game. That's the one part that I'm really looking forward to, is actually being caught up and doing stuff before the patch. And I don't know how much time is going to be between the end of the main scenario quest and the patch, the first patch, but you know, I'm kind of hoping it's long enough to where it's like I kind of don't remember what happened in the story, so I get to pick up where I left off, but you know, so it's like new and exciting again. But we'll see. I bet you it's actually probably going to happen a lot sooner than I would think. Actually, I can almost guarantee it's probably going to happen sooner than I think. Nope, go away. Don't touch me. I'm bringing back meat for food. For a repast. We need to use old words again, like repast. Or repast. In an American accent. What's this? Am I to understand that you have already procured the meat? Yes? Here, you tasteless machine. Good heavens, you have! And such a choice cut it is besides. 'Tis plain you know how well to handle yourself in battle. Were it 400 years ago, I would have recruited you to the Royal Knights. Ha 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 ha! Is that the last piece? I didn't see. Let's check it out. We've got weapon, chest, legs, hands, and feet. Yes. That is the last piece of this set. So let's see what it looks like. Hello? Rakanza... what does it say? Rakaznar. Rakaznar, yeah. Rakaznar. Let's see what we're looking at here. Sold it. The Book of Rakaznar. It's literally 1 point, but that's what we're looking at here. We're looking at very small increments. Nope, wrong button. This button. Ah, I knew it. I'm like, it's got to be one of those that extends, right? That's pretty cool, actually. Okay. Most important thing. The rest of the gear. What does it look like? Because I want it to look good. Don't want it looking weird or... Wait, I don't have the headpiece. I forgot the headpiece. Am I getting it here? Yeah, I am. Damn. All right, well. I did not. I forgot to, yeah. I'm an idiot. Anyway. What? Whoa, hold on. Is this it? Oh. I thought it was all named Rakaznar. Hold on. Oh. Yeah, it's not always that. Because there's the shoes. Gargantuous skin shoes of casting. Thunderyard silk gloves, trousers, and the coat. So the coat, the pants, and the gloves are all Thunderyard silk, but the shoes are Gargantua skin? What? Why is it different? That actually kind of looks cool. Hold on. Oh no, there's the Thunderyard. Well then what was... Oh wait, no, it's the feet, idiot. Yo, this is actually looking dope already. I mean, you know, this stuff you don't really see too much, but... Dude, it still has, like, purple in it and everything. I love that look. Now, I want to know what the headpiece looks like. Because I kind of just, missed that part. That looks sick, dude. All right, all right. They got me. They got me with this one. I like the look of it. Obviously, we don't have the headpiece, but I'm guessing it's some sort of hood. Let's get it. Let's get one more. I want to finish it off. Once Alize brings her potion, we shall have a glorious bounty to satisfy growing younglings like yourself. Indeed, I expect there will be ample leftovers to share with the good folk of the Drift Downs. They always appreciate a warm meal. Now, seeing as you have completed your task so quickly, I have another request to make of you. We've exhausted our supplies of kindling electrope, and I should be grateful if you could search the houses yonder for more. In the Old Kingdom, electrope rations were issued to each citizen. While small, fragments may still be found here and there. If you can obtain 5 pieces, say at least one ought to be what we require. That is, the kind that converts lightning to fire. Gululja can identify them by their circuitry, so I pray take them to him. The boy has become quite deft at discerning electrope types, and in a very short time, I might add. Now, off you go, and happy foraging. Gee, thanks while you stand around and do nothing. You're a machine, bro. You could, like, easily take care of all this. Dude, these robes are sick. I am making a glamour out of that last gear set, though. There's no doubt about that. Like, full on. Earrings and everything. I am gonna have to kill these guys, aren't I? Because they're not gonna let me go. Okay. Nah, his friend just ignored it. He's like, I don't know, Jim's always getting himself into trouble. Hello. Boop. That was 100,000 damage. I knew I liked Bahamut. Bahamut. Bismillah. Oh, there we go. There's some little bit of lag in the servers tonight. Just a tiny bit. That's all right. Yeah, I don't know why. I have weird amount of energy right now for some reason. But I know that my body is just like, please just go to sleep. And I will. Once I'm done here, getting the last piece of this gear set. And then, you know, you guys can see the dungeon not too far away. The next dungeon, so we'll farm that gear. And gear is just being replaced really quickly. I don't know why they put them so close together. We're getting, but we don't get like the earrings or rings or neck pieces or anything from the main scenario quest. We just get the main pieces, and then the rings and earrings we just replace with whatever we find in the next dungeon. But it's like, you know, why are they put so close together? It doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm getting this gear set, and the dungeon's not too far away, so we're just going to replace it in a handful of quests. So, you know, why bother? Just bring us to the next dungeon, and there you go. We get a new gear set. But no, we're just going to be replacing gear constantly, it seems. I can't wait to do raids, man. I don't know if we'll have to unlock it. Well, I mean, obviously I think we would have to unlock it, but how we go about unlocking it is the one thing that I'm curious about, because I'm not entirely sure. Otis says you have an electrope for me? I've got 5. Wow, you found a lot. Let's see. This one creates wind. This one is for water. You can tell just like that? I'm impressed. Clever, isn't he? I'll bet he gets it from his father. This is it. This converts to fire. It's absorbed lots of lightning, so we should be able to kindle a flame easily. Thank you, Valtamont. Alright, stop. Thanks to your kind assistance, we have everything we need for our repast. You've done your part, and now I shall do mine. I bid you relax, my friends. The bill will be served soon. I know that's not what it said, but I'm going with it. There's no voiceover here? What? Fine. Those are the kind of things families do, Galulja. We have meals together and talk about what's on our minds. So you ate with your father? Yes, with them and my brothers. It was mostly the head of Resolve and I doing the talking, though. Kona and the head of Reason occasionally joined in, and Zoralja spoke when he was spoken to. You said that you have two papas. Does that mean one is yours and the other is my father's? No, both are our father. He's what people called blessed siblings, a Mamulja with two heads. Zoralja is his true-born child, while Kona and I were adopted and don't share the same blood. But that doesn't make us any less family. What matters is that our hearts are connected. The head of Resolve taught me that. Family. It's weird how that mug is really not round. Do you have someone like that too? A person you think is family even though you don't share the same blood? That's a good question. How about the entirety of the Scions? What about you? I do, and they're very dear to me. I'd like to meet them one day. Well, you're meeting one right now. So, Galulja, I'm hoping that we could be family, you and I. Won't you tell me about yourself? You really want to know about me? I do. I want to know all about you. The things you love, the things you hate. Anything and everything. Dude, the texture on this kid's skin is actually really good. Like, they did a really good job at upscaling the resolution on these things. I want to know all about you, too. No, it's too bad we have to kill his father. That reminds me. We were hoping to hear your story, too, Otis. Dude, take a seat. She's cranking her neck to look up at you. As you wish. Be forewarned that mine is a tale that will be long in recounting. I mean, it's almost 400 years, yeah. It was before lightning had altered the world and I was appointed Lord Captain of the Royal Knights. We're talking hundreds of years prior to the calamity, right? Indeed. Earlier still than when I assumed this mechanical form, 450 years ago to be precise. Then you used to be a normal person? Oh, yes. I was once flesh and blood like you, and I proudly served as a knight of Alexandria. So rather than a machine that behaves like a person, you are an actual person. How's that possible? 'Tis only natural that you are confused. Hear my tale to the end, and all shall become clear. Look, I've got carbon. What am I thinking of? Carbon fiber. There we go. In my suit. Or my outfit. Whatever. The foremost duty of the Royal Knights was the protection of the royal family. In my time, that was their majesties the king and queen, and their only child, her highness the princess. And then every nation of our star was embroiled in some manner of conflict over Electrope. Thus was our kingdom drawn into a war with its neighbor. That war was the catalyst for the great calamity that altered the environment. Countless countrymen lost their lives amidst the chaos, the king and queen among them. For a blessing, we were able to protect the princess, who then rose to the occasion and brought hope to her people in those trying times. So kind-hearted was our young queen that, at her behest, we even took in refugees from the enemy nation. But sadly, her reign was cut short. Like many others, her body had been ravaged by lightning, and one day she collapsed and passed away. How tragic. Aye. Neri was there a citizen whose eyes remained dry, and many a moon was spent constructing a great tomb worthy of her memory. Yet I clung to hope still. While Her Majesty was on her deathbed, the kingdom's finest scientist had successfully extracted her soul. It's Sphene, isn't it? Did we hear that right? Extracted her soul? Our flesh may wither and die, but so long as we are remembered, we may live on. This age-old belief had always comforted our people, but as casualties mounted in the wake of the calamity, we sought to make it into reality through the power of Electrope. In time, we succeeded in developing the means to preserve the soul, and it was used to spare the Queen eternal death. Yet it wasn't enough to simply prevent the soul's departure. For the ultimate goal was to recreate a person as they were in life, and this required that their memories be further extracted from their soul. It took many more years of research to make this possible, by which time I had become a gray old man. With my days numbered, I did not hesitate to volunteer myself as a test subject for the procedure. So it was that I attained this vessel, and by my successful rebirth, I paved the way for those who are recreated from the memories of the departed. The Endless, they are called. If your tale is true, then the queen that your people brought back to life. I think we know who it is. Oh, so you know Her Majesty as well. My description of her boundless kindness must have paled in comparison to what you no doubt felt in her presence. I haven't met her myself, I confess. Not since assuming my current form. Wouldn't want to frighten the living daylights out of her. Har, 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 har. Yay! Headpiece. Alright. Cutscene again. Why? The Endless. So all this time Sphene wasn't alive? She lives yet she does not. 'Tis admittedly a difficult distinction to make. Having inherited the memories of a departed soul, an Endless feels, thinks, and acts precisely as that person would. In that sense, I believe they are alive. The Alexandrians know about this, right? It can't have gone unnoticed that Sphene is perpetually youthful. No one really knows about the Endless. People who wear regulators don't even think about death. Everyone sees the Queen, that the Queen doesn't change, but they just accept it. To them, it's just who she is. Are the people at Everkeep endless too? While there should be as many endless as those who have died, I believe they are limited in where they can exist. Queen Sphene is unique in her ability to appear before you. Strictly speaking, I myself am not an endless. They are created using memories extracted from a soul, but my entire soul was placed inside a machine. Being inside a machine makes you different. How? While I do not understand the finer points, my life is bound to this vessel. If it breaks down, then it would be over for me, much like a being of flesh and blood. Hardly an endless, unchanging life, I'm sure you'll agree. An endless, unchanging life. Can't help but be reminded of the Ia. Did Kakiwa and the others know about this? Considering their extensive intelligence gathering, I'd be surprised if they didn't. For now, let's share what we've learned with Kryl and Raha. I can't help but have misgivings about this. Yeah, now we got the headpiece. Gear set complete. Oh, another cutscene? I keep doing that.
Nahe, is that you?
Good gods, Ellen Nespia! It's been too long, my friend. Where have you been all these years? What have you been doing with yourself? Hold on. They say Queen Sphene has guests from outside the barrier. That's you, I gather?
It seems so. I'm looking for my mother. Do you know where she is?
Your mother? Sorry, but what was she like again?
What? It's Kafkiwa. You know, the one who was too adventurous by half? Who journeyed with the Dawn Servant?
It's not ringing any bells.
You can't be serious. Ours was a tiny little village. Surely you remember her.
I really don't. It's all a blank.
Is anyone else here from the village?
Hey!
Huh? Ellen Nespia?
I'm looking for Kafkiwa. Where is she?
What's this all of a sudden? Who's Kafkiwa?
This cannot be. The memories of the departed are taken away. No.
Nespia, where are you? The others will be here soon, so hurry back, won't you? Do you hear me? Say something, would you?
I thought so. That's why she's hiding out. They don't want to tell him the truth. That she's actually dead, but just like Otis, her memories or her soul is in that machine. That's upsetting to find out that your mother is dead the whole time. That's why she doesn't want him to find her, because she doesn't actually exist. Black Star Mask of Casting. That icon looks sick. Let's see what this looks like. Dude, look at that thing. That looks so sick, dude. Okay, all right. I like it. I am so happy this turned out to be a good-looking set of armor. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. That looks so good. All right. So, obviously, we can't change... I'm going to stand next to the big guy. We can't change the earrings and the rings and stuff. That'll be for the... move that over there. That'll be for, you know, the dungeon and stuff like that. We'll get the stuff from there. But, yeah, man. That, there's some creepy stuff going on here. I'm not gonna lie. When that music, when Otis was talking about how, like, the Endless exists, that kind of creeped me out. I'm not gonna lie. It gave me some chills a little bit. Because it is a bit unnerving, to say the least. But this just took a turn for the more interesting, because now we just learned that's probably what Queen Sphene was going to try and tell us, was that she's not actually Queen Sphene. It's just some girl who inherited her memories. And she's basically been alive for like 400 years or whatever. But who knows? Maybe it's not. I don't know. She said, you know, she didn't want to lie to, or it seems like she has to disappoint Wuk-Lamat, but very interesting. We got a whole new gear set, though. I'm really happy, which is going to be quickly replaced once we get that dungeon open. But that'll be for another time. That's going to do it for me tonight, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and please join me again on Tuesday. No, tomorrow. Join me tomorrow at noon, where we will take on the original Warhammer 40k Space Marine, and we're going to play through the whole thing beginning to end, so that way we have a nice starting point for the story for when the time comes that I pick up Space Marine 2 and stream that for you guys. Because there's no way I'm not going to stream that for you guys. That game it just looks sick, and I can't wait to play it. But until tomorrow, remember, noon o'clock. I'm Adam Wolf, this is Final Fantasy XIV, and I will see you guys later.